everyone. My name is Jeremy. Welcome back to this podcast that I just call a podcast. Today I have ColorMeKrazy from North Carolina on the podcast. How are y'all doing today?
Doing great.
But awesome.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. So I guess the first question obviously, how did ColorMeKrazy become about? Like, what made y'all start this project? What drew you all together?
The internet. So, in like 2023, Mia hit me up on this website called Bandmix. Bandmix is essentially kind of like MySpace, but specifically for musicians and bands who are seeking collaborations, band members, etc. Um, she was all up with her insomnia, so I got a message at like 3 a.m. I was working night shift, so I was like on my lunch break or something. And yeah, reached out to me. I had a couple of demos up online that she liked. She tracked some vocals over those to see if we clicked, and the rest is history from there.
All right. So I guess it started off with like basically like getting like a two piece going, and eventually everybody else just kind of joined in later on.
Yeah, we actually found Drew on the same site shortly afterwards. Me and Tom kind of got together like a demo that sounded like what we wanted the band to be. And from there, we went about like finding additional members, and that's how we found Drew.
All right. So I guess my first question is, what was the very first like? Who are your musical influences? Like, who inspired you? Because obviously, I know this is a pop punk kind of project. Do you all like? Was it always your envision to like make it pop punk, or was there multiple different genres before settling on it?
Yeah, so before Mia hit me up and said like, "Hey, can we start a band?" and I started to consider like, okay, maybe I can take some of my old demos and turn them into this new thing. I was trying to start a metalcore band, like a post-hardcore type deal. I was trying to do essentially an Under Oath ripoff. I wanted like a clean singer and then a screamer and then two guitars, a keyboard, et cetera, et cetera. Like I had plans that were so far away from what we ended up actually doing, but I like what we ended up at much better. As far as influences for me goes, my top three for a very long time have been Census Fail, Amir, and Brockhampton.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, I think it's more so like because I do a lot of electronic production, so I looked up to like other producers. I was big into future bass back when that was a thing, and I was bumping like Snail's House and stuff like that. But then, like as time went on, I kind of started producing more stuff. Got into emo rap for a little bit. I think with this project, like what I kind of started making was more alongside like the hyperpop genre, so stuff like Break-ins, Charlie XCX, those kinds of artists were what I was kind of like emulating early on, and now I kind of just throw in whatever electronic influences I have at the time. Um, but Drew.
Yeah, for me, I'm kind of like Tom. I was also looking for metalcore type stuff. The Day to Remember is my favorite band. So I was trying to do stuff like that before this. But my influences are that metalcore and also the earlier pop punk stuff from the early 2000s. All the Drive Through Records bands like Starting Line and Census Spell and all those. And also Yellow Card. Got to give them a shout out too.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone seems that I talk to that talks about drive through pop punk out. My favorite band of all time is Newfound Glory, and they were kind of in that little
They were.
space there too for a while. So yeah, but I get well. I want to talk about how I found you all. So I was doing that thing in the middle of the night. Couldn't sleep. Woke up. Had to get up for work in a few hours, but I just couldn't sleep. So I started going through reels, doom scrolling, and the algorithm on Instagram just brings me all these like because they know like a lot of pop punk emo music, so it just fed me. And I think it was Fences. I think it was like a reel for Fences or something. It might have been either Fences or Last Summer. And I was like, oh, wow, these. Because I think it was. I don't know which one came up first, but whichever one it was, after a few. I was like, oh, they sound really good. And then a few more. And then after a few more minutes, another couple doom scrolls. And then it just. Another one popped up. Like, okay, let me click on this band. This band just keeps popping up. I've never had this happen. So. And I started just listening from there.
Very cool.
I'm glad that our content is working.
Yeah, I was like, cause I'm like, oh, okay, cause you'll get fed like similar sounding bands, and then it's like I'm like, okay, cool, follow or like, and I just like, you know what? Let me click on this band. This band showed up like twice now. Let me see in like the past minute. Let me see what's going on. So I have to ask, what is your favorite song that you all have put out?
For me, favorite song that we've put out, because my favorite song with this band is always going to be the next one that we haven't put out yet. But my favorite song that we've put out is Losing My Head, just because I had spent, before I was in this band, roughly 8 or 9 years just writing and recording by myself, just learning how to structure songs, how to do this, that, the third. And for me to go through 9 years of learning how to be in a metalcore band and then suddenly change it at the very last second, like it was definitely kind of a daunting experience for me, but it turned out so well. So got a lot of fond memories attached to that.
Yeah, I think my favorite is Beat of My Heart because I feel like, you know, when we were working on the first album, that was the one that really like started to sound more like a true blend to me of like the rock and the electronic because I think like our first couple of attempts like it was like okay well it'll be rock in the verse and then more electronic in this verse and then more rock in the chorus but I feel like we started to like really meld it together and I love what did with the guitars in the chorus of that one. The stutter effect is so cool. So, Beat of My Heart is always going to be my favorite from that first record.
And if you'd asked me 2 weeks ago, I would have said In My Arms. That was my favorite, but we just put out our newest song called Bittersweet, and that one's definitely my favorite now. It's our most emotional ballad, and that's where I live. I'm a sad boy.
What is so I know you all have an album out now. It's Paint well, I don't know if it's is it album or EP? Paint the World?
EP.
EP. So, how did that like cuz I know there's I think you know, when I was looking at it on YouTube Music, it's like 6 or 7 songs. Was there like like, what was the most difficult track to write, record, or even decide this is going on the record? What? Sorry, I'm muttering, but
No, you're good.
was there a song that was like obviously I'm giving 3 questions, but if it's the same song, cool. But do you all have like an opinion like? This is one of the most difficult to write, record, or even decide if we're even gonna put it on. Like, was there a track on there in any of those 3 categories?
I think that a big sort of hurdle for us was figuring out what to put on this first EP because we kind of hit the ground and we had a lot of songs come together very quickly. Um, there's still songs that haven't been released to this day that we've played live and have been playing live and played it live for so long that we got sick of it and kicked it off in seconds. And like, you know, a lot of we had to choose to put a lot of those songs on the back burner because there's only 6 or 7 tracks on an EP, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like we have a tendency to, when we're putting songs together, we know it's a great song if it comes together easily, if that makes sense.
Crying in the Club took about 15 minutes to map out the basics of it.
Oh my God, yeah. That one, it was the quickest for us to put together, and it's by far our most popular song, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's always really good. So it's yeah, I know when it's like songs that you have to then decide like if this is gonna be a single or just gonna exist as a single or is it gonna go on like a bigger project. It always is like the biggest question, like do I want to put this out here? But you know, every song that I've listened, like the whole like what I've listened to so far, I really like it because again, doom scrolling helped me find y'all, which is always great because I always like finding new smaller bands, like, and I'm like, oh, I love these people, like let me just see what's up. And you know, and I've been listening for a little while. I really like Ex Friend. That's probably my favorite track that y'all have put out so far. So that one's really good. Also, I want to compliment all your music videos. Always look really really good. Like well put together and everything.
So, fun fact about the music videos. We have my husband actually films all of those and I edit them together. So I'm kind of like the unofficial director in CMK. Because I come up with the music video ideas and then he helps me execute them, which is really, really cool.
And we also just filmed one this morning. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice. I'm looking forward to seeing that one when that comes out. That's really cool because, um, because I know people. I don't know if you've all seen it, but like you'll see bands that have like really really cool reels, and they like
Mm.
promote like a song, and I'm like, cool. Is there a music video? No. Like if you have the time to create, I know it's easier to create reels. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't really create a lot of reels, so I don't know how that all works out. So.
I just have a really strong desire to make music videos because I want our music to kind of have a universe and not just be like just the song. Like I feel like expression and like, what we're trying to do here is so much more than that. So I want to have that like visual accompaniment that you can think on.
Okay. Yeah. So I want to give you all a curveball question, a really fun question that I ask every band that I talk to. Now, there's three of you, so I probably would expect three different answers. But you're booking you have an unlimited amount of money. Live Nation, Ticketmaster, or just some random dude that won the lottery comes up to you and says, "Hey, you have an unlimited amount of money, budget wise. They have to book a 3-day festival. Who's headlining day 1, day 2, and day 3? Artists living or dead?"
Oh, fuck you. Living or dead?
Yeah.
I think this is the easiest question ever. Color me crazy, color me crazy, color me crazy.
3 days, baby.
All 3 days. No, go ahead, Tom.
God.
Wait, is the question who we want to like? This is the festival that we be playing on, or just the festival we want to go see?
Like if it's a festival, if you like say you're the guy gives you the money and you're the booking agent, you're behind the backbone of booking all the artists.
Okay,
Okay.
got it.
Okay. Well, I would want My Chemical Romance to headline one of those days. Personally.
Wait, are we each choosing one day, or are we each choosing two?
Yeah, if y'all want to, if y'all have different answers, if you have like three different answers for the, if y'all want to answer it like your own 3 days, and that's cool too.
I can't think of anybody else besides Cray Sean, so that's all I got for it.
Krayshawn. You bring up Krayshawn way more than I think you would. Go ahead.
Mom.
For me, it's a day to remember. They put on the best live performance of any band that I've gone and seen a dozen times. So yeah,
He's got a day to remember shirt on today.
Oh,
He's
nice.
that big of a fan.
Jeremy
Yeah.
McKemmon is going to see this, and he's going to want to produce our next album, and he's going to take us on tour with him. I'm speaking it into existence.
Manifesting.
Is that would that be who you would be your dream tour with? Would be a day to remember.
That'd be my personal one. Even though genre-wise, it makes no sense at all. I just want to hang out with them because I've heard they're the coolest guys. So yeah.
Yeah, they always seem.
My dream tour would be water parks.
So again, back to Cray Sean.
This dude.
I like that one. I don't even know who that is. I've never heard of him.
You just don't remember.
When you're done here, you have some homework.
Okay. Who is it again? Trey who?
No,
Cray.
Cray Sean.
Cray Sean. Okay. Watch. It's gonna be so like. It's like one of those things like you heard it by a song, but you didn't know the artist name.
You're gonna die. You're gonna die when you realize.
I'm not gonna.
I mean this all unironically too. Like I'm not like, oh, Cray Sean, it's such a funny answer. I love Cray Sean.
Cray Sean. Yeah, there's a what band was it that I was listening to? Ironically, I thought it was it was a State Champ song, but I thought it was Neck Deep at first,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, oh, I feel stupid now. But
It all came out during that same general.
yeah,
Right now,
yeah, all that during all that time with all those different pop punk bands just starting up, and some of
the
them aren't.
pop punk era.
Yeah.
Some of them aren't even around anymore. I don't even think. Well, 4 Year Strong might still be around. I don't know.
There's definitely
They're still around.
Oh, are they? Oh
Yeah.
man, I feel stupid now. What has been your favorite show that you've ever played?
Ever played or
Yeah.
just band?
Well, Well, I guess if both, why not? If you've done other projects before this, why not?
Yeah, I've been playing music since I was 14, playing music live since I was 14. This one time in high school, the local theater was this huge, like 700 capacity venue. And on Halloween, they would do the Rocky Horror Picture Show where everybody like shows up dressed up and like they're throwing toast at the stage and things like that. It's a whole thing. But they had us open for that. So we opened up for the Rocky Horror Picture Show in front of 600 people who were all dressed in different like Halloween drag and just like dressed as a freak show essentially. And the thing is, like, nobody there is gonna want to like mosh to music or slam dance or any of those like aggressive music things that you do. So everybody sat in their chairs in full drag and each song. I think that was probably the funniest show I'd ever played. And I was like 16 with no real frame of reference for anything. So I was just like, oh, this is how this is going. I couldn't grasp how ridiculous it was in the moment. As far as this show or this band goes, DC was a fun time. Like that was we played at this spot called
The Pocket.
The Pocket, right? And it was like this upstairs little
Yeah.
loft.
I've been there. It's nice.
Yeah.
I just hate all them stairs. I've helped bands load in and out, and I hate the stairs.
It's terrible.
Yeah, that's the worst part about it.
Yeah, worst part, but great venue.
Yeah.
Yeah, really liked playing there. Our drummer at the time was originally from DC, so we had a lot of people who came out, packed the place out. It made for a very successful end of tour.
The thing that made it memorable for me was that we had these 3 or 4 girls come out and they had made themselves custom ColorMeKrazy t-shirts.
I forgot about that.
And I have this awesome picture of them like holding me, like I was like sideways. And they were like holding me up. I don't know. They were freaking awesome and they had such a good time. Their energy was unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My favorite's actually, we played it in Charlotte earlier this year. We opened for my favorite North Carolina independent band, which is American Theory.
Oh, yeah.
They brought us home to a show in their hometown of Charlotte, and they packed the place out. It was a venue called Snug Harbor. That show was a lot of fun.
Nice.
I think this November 14th show is going to be my new favorite, if it turns out how I think. It's another American Theory show, so.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and that was actually my next question. You'll have any shows coming up?
Yeah, November 14th, we are playing at Cannonball Music Hall with American Theory.
Which is Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yes. That's with The Wild, American Theory, and Found It. And then we're back in Charlotte at the Milestone. And we're going to be playing with Found It.
I'm checking my notes. I don't remember. I know Caught Off Guard.
Caught Off Guard, Mind of Drive,
Neptune's Flyer.
and Neptune Flyer.
Yes,
Neptune.
Neptune.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
So that's on November 22nd in Charlotte.
All
So.
right. Yeah, it's been what's the? Let me pull up my notes. I'm so sorry. Give me one
You're good.
second. My notes is going all over the place. Let's go back here real quick. Alright, I'll probably edit this down. Okay. So, when was your first show as ColorMeKrazy?
It was April 23rd of 2024.
Nice.
It was a Tuesday night.
Oh, nice. How'd it go on a Tuesday night?
I mean, it actually wasn't bad. I feel like the turnout was pretty decent.
Yeah, it was our first show, so like all of my friends and like all of our friends all came out. They don't always come out to all the shows, but they all came out to the first one, so we had a pretty good turnout.
Being that it was our first show too, we didn't have much of a reputation locally, so our first show there was like no type of genre match whatsoever. There was some kid who was a like kind of like a Childish Gambino ripoff rapper who opened, and then this indie band, I'm not going to name names, they weren't that great, they're not that great of people, us, and then this band called Ontologics from I think Rhode Island or Massachusetts.
But they ripped. They ripped.
They're like a psychedelic duo essentially. It's a drummer and then multi-instrumentalist up front who's either doing keys or guitar or just straight up rapping, and they're not our genre at all. Like it'd be very tough to find us on bill with them again.
Right.
But they were very, very interesting and fun to watch.
Yeah.
That's like when I do shows, it's like, this doesn't match. I'm like, I don't care. I want to throw mixed genre shows because you never know. You might find
Yeah.
somebody in the crowd that's going to go with it. My, my last show I just had was in October, well, earlier. Well, by the time this comes out, it'll be last month. I did it was Handguns headlined.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, you know what? Have you guys heard Handguns?
I grew up with Handguns. They're South Central PA band.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell y'all something funny. Because how I got them was I'm friends with their drummer and their manager, and people were asking me like right after it was announced, they're like, that can't be the same band, and it was, and people were like, how did you get them? Like, oh, I'm friends with the drummer and the manager, and it was just like smooth from there.
Yeah, I do follow their guitarist Jacob on
Yeah.
TikTok, and he does seem very like knuckles in the dirt. Like, oh, you need us to play a show? Hit us up, we'll do it. That
Yep.
sort of thing. They
Yeah.
seem very,
Yep.
very blue collar when we're at that.
Yeah, and then also I had a local band, Carnival Sin, head direct support, and then it was no takebacks, and then there's a band called Billy Rooster Band. They're fairly new, I think, and a band of Misfits opened the show, which is a rap style band, and I was like rap style rock to like a pop punk emo mix into a alternative to a pop punk band. So
Mhm.
that's how I look at it. Like, okay, I want to have like a mixed genre show. Like, I don't care, and I know people might not like it, but I'm like, look, at the end of the day, we're all here to play music. It doesn't matter. Well, not me. I don't play music, but at the end of the day, we're just living music. Everyone's got their own cup of tea. So I will book anybody that wants to work with me except for country music. 'Cause it's hard to and it's not because I don't. Well, I will be honest. I don't like the music anyway, but it's
Mhm.
also hard to book bands around a country artist. Like, how does
Yeah.
this work? You can't throw a heavy metal alternative band with a country artist. It doesn't work that way.
And I feel like a lot of country artists nowadays, they understand their audience, they understand the types of venues they should be in, etc. They know that they can make like money by playing
Yeah,
country. So it's that much harder for them to get into, the underground scene where money's kind of scarce.
yeah,
They know that they could go play an old people's home or a wedding or whatever and make $3,000.
right. What has been like? What has it been like doing like just going out and doing like weekenders, like a weekender and stuff?
So I mean, we haven't really. So we've only done the one very short run. We called it our EP release tour or whatever, where we did 3 dates. That's the only real like weekender kind of thing we've done: a Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
We have some on the books for next year that we will be doing. But it was great. We didn't plan very well, so we took multiple vehicles and like everybody like I don't know. We didn't put it all together to do it cost effectively, which we will do
Yeah.
moving forward.
It was certainly structured more like five separate people going on vacation to the same place all at once.
Yeah.
It
I
was
was really confused by that, by the way, but I didn't say anything because I was like, well, maybe they don't want to ride in a car with me. Because like we didn't know each other as well back then, so it was just kind of awkward.
I used to do tour management for a couple of different bands that, toured different states and that sort of thing. And I was so used to the structure of that where it's seven dudes in a van, or seven dudes splitting $100 hotel room and that sort of thing. So
Yeah.
going out unprepared was a big eye opener. Definitely taught us what things enough for this.
Yeah,
We've learned from our mistakes.
don't beat us.
It's crazy. Speaking of because when I'm looking at artists to have for shows, I do factor in like where are they coming from, how far is it to them, and like no takebacks. They said they wanted to jump onto the show because it was also their very first Maryland show, which is when I had them, And then I found out they were coming from a total of like 7.5 hours of drive. I was like, that's dedication. Like, what?
Mhm.
Like, it does get a little nuts. It's crazy.
Yep.
But now I want to move on to your merch store because I have it pulled up right now. I like all the shirts. They're all really cool looking. They're different. What has been your favorite? Like, what is your favorite thing for merch design? Like merch items, and is there a dream merch item that you would like to have eventually?
Why are you making that face?
I'm just curious what you're gonna say. I don't know.
I mean, I think unanimously, and this goes for sales too, the best t-shirt design we have is the spray can design. I think we got that done by a girl, which I wish I could remember her name right now. But yeah, she did an excellent job designing that for us, and for like really inexpensive, which was very nice of her. And it's been our most popular item. So as far as like a dream merch item, I think that at some point, if we like got like really big or whatever, I would love to have my own jewelry line. Like I would love to have like necklaces that are like, you know, designed specifically for me, or rings designed specifically for me. I think that that would be like a really fun and interesting thing.
So, as far as dream merch item goes for me, there's a band called Dinosaur Pile Up, and just recently they released like in a 16-bit style video game. It was kind of like a Golden Axe ripoff,
Oh,
but I would love to do something along those lines.
I could make that happen.
You
I'm a friend.
go ahead and do
But
I could do that. Video games.
that's true. Oh my god, Drew can do that. We could do this. Now I'm thinking about it. Okay, no, but go ahead.
Dream merch, hats or sweatbands because I wear those all the time.
Ooh,
So,
yeah.
yeah. I know hats are probably like one of the most difficult items for bands. I don't see a lot of bands nowadays do hats like local, like on the underground stuff, and those that do. I bought a hat once from a band, and I made the mistake of washing it, and their logo just like faded from it.
Oh, dear.
They're
It's like,
fairly expensive to make.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
they
you have to
are.
sell them for a lot. And they don't travel as well because you can't pack them flat like shirts and stuff. So if you're on the
Yeah,
road, it's not as convenient.
yeah, yeah. They are definitely expensive to make. I know when I was working for a band this year, I was like, "How much are our T-shirts?" They're like, "Oh, $30." I'm like, "Why?" Most local bands are selling at 20 to 25. Why are yours 30? Well, the print shop the charges more, and I'm like, go with a cheaper one. There's plenty. Here's your, and they told me who they're printing with. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna scam you, and their shirts are decent, but the print size is terrible. So, and I gave them, I was like, you need to go to this person, and they're like, the quote wasn't good enough, and I was like, and this was, like, and I was like, yeah, I can't do that. I was like, I can't. I didn't feel comfortable selling $30 T-shirts at like a small crowd. I'm like, yeah, no one's gonna buy these.
Yeah.
It's sad. It really is. It is sad, but you know, it is what it is. I have a few more questions. I'm so sorry. I'm rambling.
You good?
What has been Hang on, I think I already answered that. Oh, what has been what was the most difficult music video to shoot?
Honestly, last summer.
You think so?
I think
To shoot or
so.
to edit?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Why? What did you think?
I feel like you carry much more stress in the times where we're renting spaces. So like Beat of My Heart or Stupid in Love, where it's like, oh my god, guys, we only have 45 minutes. We only have 36 minutes.
That is true. That is true. But that doesn't mean that it's more difficult.
Okay.
The thing about last summer that was so difficult was because it's an outdoor shoot, the lighting was inconsistent. Then on top of that, like we had so many like story scenes to shoot because I wanted it to feel like a Disney Channel TV show. And so like planning, like adhering to that storyboard, the fact that we filmed for like, I don't know, like 8 hours, like, I don't know. That one felt the most exhausting to me, and it took the longest to edit by far.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying that one. But they are correct in saying that Beat of My Heart and Stupid in Love were stressful because we rented the space for 3 hours and I only had 3 hours to film. So
Yeah, that is that definitely puts a hindrance on things. Like, oh my god, I only got like so many hours to film here.
yeah, we couldn't mess around, joke around, whatever. I had to be like, all right, next scene. All right, next
Yeah,
scene.
and then make do with what you got at the end of the day.
Yeah, I'm really lucky that my husband is as good at filming as he is, because there was very few times that I had to kind of change my original vision to
Yeah.
accommodate the fact that we didn't get a good shot of something or whatever. That actually happened in the last summer video.
Mhm.
I had to change something around, but it ended up working out. So
What are your in your opinion, guys? What has been the most difficult video for you?
I think the first one was really difficult, losing my head, because it like we barely knew each other then, and we brought in probably 15 to 20 extras, like a bunch of mine and our drummer at the time, his friends came, and like we had like a house party at my house, and that was the video. So it was like difficult orchestrating all that. And on top of that, we filmed all day, starting in the morning all the way to the party in the evening. So I had to make sure everything was on the timeline so that we were, I don't know. That one was,
sweaty and gross by the end of that video.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I was so ambitious for our first video. I cannot believe it turned out the way it did.
Yep.
Cannot believe it.
And I just live life on easy street with this band. They say show up at this day at this time, and then I just show up, look cool. That's
If now, oh no, I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second. My computer's just going nuts today. I'm like, figures the day. I'm like, oh no, I got an interview. I got a podcast to do today, and now it's like, um. Okay, so I guess we're gonna get near an end here. I want to know. So where can people find you? Where can people find you on socials and all that fun stuff?
Yeah, so we are ColorMeKrazy Band on everything except for Twitter. On Twitter, we are at CMK Band. And that's just because of the stupid character limit on Twitter usernames. But yeah, if you look up ColorMeKrazy on Google, our website should be the first Google result. And you can find us on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, pretty much everywhere that music streams.
And that crazy is with a K.
yeah.
With a K.
Yeah, that was another thing when I was researching this band, and after and I was trying to tell people at work instead of like my Instagram, I was like, they're called ColorMeKrazy, and they were like, that's a crazy name band for. I was like, yeah, it is, but they're really really good. You need to check them out. And then of course I keep forgetting all my coworkers are like, yeah, no, we don't listen to this kind of music, but they're good. And we took a trip to Virginia back in September. Me and some coworkers, and they were like, "Yeah, you can be DJ," and they'll listen. Like my playlist is a hodgepodge. It's like a mixtape, and then when we got to like this one band, Knuckle Puck, I think, and they're like, "Oh, great, more emo garbage." But thank you all for your time so much. Don't go anywhere because I want to make sure I got all these audio recorded, because sometimes that happens where I got to redo it, and I hope it is popping up, but let me just double check and make sure.